Hi everyone, thanks for tuning in. I'm hoping that you'll gain something from this short talk about porcelain veneers. I think most people out there, if you say porcelain veneers, everybody knows what you're talking about, but at the same time, very few people know what's involved with porcelain veneers. What exactly does it mean? What is the process? When is it indicated? And it falls into the category of adhesive dentistry. And adhesive dentistry, meaning when things are glued to the tooth. When you think about traditional means of restoring teeth that have been broken down or had big fillings and what have you, people know that as caps. That's the common term, but the proper term is a crown, something that will cover the tooth. So when people think about crowns, they think about covering the whole tooth. I just want to try to simplify something. Ceramic veneers, porcelain veneers, require a system to bond the ceramic to the tooth, whereas a crown is more dependent on geometry. So to clarify, we can take this example and we can take a tooth and another tooth and you can place this, it's a complete coverage crown. These two teeth have the entire crown covered. The natural crown of the tooth is covered. Now, believe it or not, a ceramic veneer, in fact, is a partial veneer crown. By definition, most ceramic veneers require permanent modification of the tooth. Yes, there is a segment and there's an indication for the prepless. That means you don't prepare, you don't modify the tooth to bond the ceramic on the tooth. But those indications are not common. We don't have time to go into what are the drawbacks and benefits of all the different ways, but let's just suffice it to say the main way of getting a ceramic veneer on a tooth is to permanently modify it. And maybe you can see this, but here's a ceramic veneer preparation. That's a partial veneer crown. Most of the tooth is left intact, but a small bit of it is removed, so when you get ready to bond it, it looks like something you would put on your fingernail. That's probably the best analogy for people that go to salons and they bond something onto their fingernail. This is a similar methodology of bonding something to a tooth, whereas this one is a complete coverage crown. They're both a form of crown, and the reason I focus on that and I stress that so much is ceramic veneers typically require a permanent change on a tooth. It may be more conservative if the tooth indicates it, and you can actually properly design the preparation and properly bond to the tooth. But remember, it's a permanent modification. Having said that, when do you decide to use it? When is it appropriate? Well, most of the time, people consider the use of veneers when someone has very crooked teeth. It's oftentimes considered the go-to treatment because a patient says, oh, I don't want to do orthodontic treatment to straighten out my teeth. Can't you do something to make my teeth look nice and straight? One has to be really responsible. A dentist really has to look at what's the best for the long term of the patient. I'm not going to get into all the factors on what goes into making that decision, but the real attractive characteristic of ceramic veneers is that it's thought, and I've heard it termed very often, like instant orthodontics. You can take teeth that are really misaligned and create the image of instantly straightening the teeth. There are indications for that, but I'm going to stress it again. There's oftentimes you can still, even though these teeth are a bit worn, they're short, they're uneven, but orthodontic treatment combined with ceramic veneers. So you get the teeth in the right place. You get the gum lines aligned. You design the smile. So you complete that, and then you go to ceramic veneers. Not only do you save more of the tooth and you don't have to prepare as much of it, you have a far better aesthetic outcome. So ceramic veneers in and of themselves are a fantastic way of improving function and improving aesthetics. Again, it has to be properly planned, properly executed, because you want to maintain your gum health. The contours, you don't want to have a contour that pinches the gums, causes chronic inflammation, your gums bleed, it's uncomfortable, and then aesthetically, it's displeasing because you see this red halo around this whiter tooth. And I think we all know individuals that have that. And that's something you want to try to avoid. But veneers and adhesive dentistry have been a real positive addition to our treatment modalities in dentistry. But they all have their indications, and they just need to be carefully planned and executed, all with great communication between doctor and patient. If you like this episode, please don't forget to give your like and subscribe. Appreciate it.